it's Shaq and Kenny Smith inside the NBA doing a hilarious routine, singing New York at halftime. Definition of quit, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You think that team was going to beat the Knicks even if they won game one? Grow up. Grow up. Give me a break. I don't want to hear it. Like, go take that somewhere else with, like, the rest of the delusional people on the Cleveland Cavaliers, the players and the coaching staff. Like, you're delusional if you think that. And that takes us to a larger point to be made about these New York Knicks. I said on social media, at the Costos, TheKostos. Follow me on Instagram, on Twitter if you'd like, TikTok, whatever. I said after the Knicks won Game 3, this is an all-time team. No matter what happens moving forward. And if the Knicks lose in the NBA Finals, which they could, obviously, they're going to be an underdog no matter who they play, they will lose to another all-time team. They'll either lose to the Thunder, who will be winning their second straight championship, or they'll lose to the alien, the freak, Victor Wembanyama. But that does not mean, even if they lose, that this is not an all-time team. It doesn't mean that. This is an all-time team. And the only evidence you need for that, and we can talk about the fact that this is the great, literally, not figuratively, literally, the greatest 11-game, they're on an 11-game playoff winning streak, right? This is the greatest 11-game run in the history of professional basketball. This is the Harlem Globetrotters versus the Washington Generals for 3 straight playoff series. After C.J. McCollum made his jumpers, how cute that was in Atlanta. Remember Atlanta? Long time ago, right? The Knicks haven't lost in over 30 days. That's how long it's been. 11-game win streak. They win every game by 1,000,000 points. Best point differential by a team in the history of the NBA playoffs entering the finals, and people still think, oh, you know what they say? You know what people say? It's incredible to me. And they say it because they hate the Knicks. That's why. And I don't even want to do the New Yorker thing, but, like, let's just tell the truth. Here's my question for everybody. What if this were the Boston Celtics? What would people be saying if this were the Detroit Pistons? What would they say if it were the Cleveland Cavaliers? What would you say if this were the San Antonio Spurs? Or the Oklahoma City Thunder? Or the Minnesota Timberwolves? Or basically any team that doesn't employ LeBron James or the New York Knicks? What would you say? You'd be saying, oh my God, this team's unbelievable. They're great. But with the Knicks, what do people say? Not everybody, but what do people say? Well, who have they beaten? Look at the schedule. Okay, let's look at the schedule. This is not the New England Patriots basically getting a magic carpet like laid out in front of them to roll out the red carpet, taking them to the Super Bowl. Like barely scraping by Jarrett Stidham in the AFC Championship game. C.J. Stroud throwing 15 interceptions in the divisional round. That was still a game. This isn't that. They win every game by 1,000,000 points. They're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. They don't get a chance to play the great teams because they're the best team. And then they beat everybody by 1,000,000, which is what you want a great team to do when you play a team that might not be great. And it's still not enough for people. And it's because you hate the Knicks. And if you're out there and you're like, man, yeah, like who the hell have they played? If they haven't played anybody, why are we talking? They're not that great. Why are you saying this? Just admit, you can think whatever you want. Just admit you hate them. Admit that you don't like the Knicks. You don't like the way the fans go nuts outside the games. You don't like the fact that we celebrated a win against the Hawks in the first round during COVID, like we had won Game 7 of the World Series. You don't like it. You don't like New York. I don't care. Just admit it. Just admit it. Because if you can't be honest and objective about what this is, what can you be honest and objective about? It's staring at you right in the face. Aside from the fact that this is now legitimately, literally, the most dominant run in the history of professional basketball. Not in the playoffs, not in the regular season, all of it under one big-ass umbrella. How about this? The Knicks have now won 11 consecutive playoff games, joining elite company in accomplishing this prestigious feat. Here are the list of teams that have won 11 straight postseason games, like the Knicks have. So get down 2-1 to Atlanta, 3, 4, and 4. Do the math, 11. The 1989 Los Angeles Lakers, the 99 San Antonio Spurs, which Knicks fans remember beat us in the finals, the 01 Lakers, and the 2017 Golden State Warriors. 3 of those teams won the title. 99 San Antonio beat the Knicks. The 01 Lakers lost game 1 to Allen Iverson and the Sixers and then won 4 straight. And the 2017 Warriors obviously beat the Cavs in 5. Went up 3-0. The Kevin Durant shot in game 3 to all but win the championship. Cleveland would win game 4 before the gentleman's sweep in game 5. The only team that didn't win the championship on that list is the 89 Lakers. And in case you forget, now they got railroaded by Detroit in the NBA Finals. The Pistons beat them in that finals, the first of back-to-back titles for Isaiah Thomas and company and the Bad Boys. Byron Scott and Magic Johnson both get hurt before and at the start of the series. The Lakers were the betting favorite entering that series against the Pistons. And they got injured. Their backcourt went out, and the Pistons dominated them. So you can make the case, and look, it's a what-if scenario. Who the hell knows? Maybe the Pistons win no matter what. The Lakers entered favored. This is the company the Knicks are keeping right now. And still people are like, whatever. Let's see it against a real team. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. They suck. You're right. You're right. No, they're not good. Everybody, they're actually not that good. 11 straight playoff wins. Historically dominant. Best point differential entering the NBA Finals ever. And people want to be like, look at the schedule. What the hell's wrong with some of you people? That, like, this is the take. Schedule sucks. Whatever. Come on. And there's so much credit to go around. And we have 8 days until the NBA Finals. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I hope Thunder, and also just as someone who does this for a living, I'd love for Thunder Spurs to go 7. Let's feed the content machine, baby. But we got time, obviously, to break down the NBA Finals and time to praise Eastern Conference MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, the Larry Bird Award winner, Jalen Brunson. There's time to praise Karl-Anthony Towns and Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby and Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson and the New York Knicks. There's time to praise the players. Allow me, in this moment right now, to instead praise Leon Rose and Worldwide Wes. And yes, the team building, sensational here. And they could lose the finals, right? They're no guarantee to win. They'll be, as I said, the underdog. But I think, now that this Eastern Conference demolition is complete, we can look at what they've done with Brunson. I was skeptical of that signing. What an idiot I was, right? I was skeptical of it. Trading a first for Josh Hart. Trading fan favorites R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley for OG Anunoby. Trading F-Dem picks for Mikal Bridges. Like cold-blooded. Trading Dante DiVincenzo and Julius Randle for Karl-Anthony Towns. They're King Midas. Everything they touch has turned to gold. But outside of the players, I really think we need to shine a spotlight on the move that they made after last season. And this was one that I was right about. And I knew I was going to be right about it. The Knicks had to fire Tom Thibodeau. Absolutely had to do it. Had to do it. And there were a lot of people, a lot of Knicks fans, a lot of members of the media who said, clutching their pearls, oh my God, you can't fire this guy. Look at what he did. And yes, he did resuscitate the Knicks. He did make the Knicks respectable again, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. And I've never tried to take the credit away from him. He's not a good coach. He's a great coach. And he'll get another job, and he should get another job. My question is this. If Tom Thibodeau were the coach of this Knicks team, are they in the NBA Finals? Are they in the Finals? I think there's a really good chance the answer to that question is no. Do you think Landry Shamet was Steph Curry in the series against Cleveland? Do you think he would have played like 1 minute if his ass would have been nailed to the bench? Jalen Brunson iso ball like he's Brunson's great. But what's better, Brunson iso ball or this offense where they have the best point differential ever entering the finals? You wanted Tom Thibodeau to be the coach of this team? Mike Brown's done an unbelievable job. The players are getting the credit, and they deserve it. They deserve the lion's share of the credit. How about Mike Brown? Down 2-1 in the opening round against Atlanta. Says some mystifying things at the moment. Your teams have been down before. OKC was down last year, and they went on to win the championship. And I hear that, and I'm like, you just lost twice to Atlanta, and we're talking about playoffs? You're talking about a championship? What the hell are you talking about, man? Little prophetic in the NBA Finals. Mike Brown deserves his flowers. Worldwide Wes deserves his flowers. Leon, kiss from the rose by the grave. Shout out to Seal. My power, my pleasure, my pain. Baby. Oh, yeah. Leon Rose. The Knicks NBA Finals. I want to close here in this opening segment. Because you know what? It's not even like, where was the drama? This game was over in the first quarter. When, the Knicks basically scored 40 points again in a close. They're waylaying teams. I don't even know what I'm. This is like 2024 UConn in the NCAA tournament. Just destroy everybody. Cover every spread, win every game by 1,000,000 points. It's unbelievable. I wish we were playing Zach Edey and Matt Painter in Purdue in the championship. That would be sick. A little bit of a tougher. You know what sucks about this? As a Knicks fan, it's like, man, we can't get the Jimmy Butler 8 seed Heat in the finals. We can't get like the Luka Doncic, Jason Kidd, Dallas Mavericks. No. The year that the Knicks make the finals, we got to play Oklahoma City or Victor Wembanyama. Oh, it's great. Oh, that's awesome. Man, I'm thrilled about this. It's like we got Hakeem in 94 before he had won one, and then Tim Duncan and David Robinson in 99. Can we get a walkover, please? Can we get like a 6 seed? Make it like the Thunder or the Spurs. Give me a break. My last note here, and I'll be a little saccharine. And look, this show and me, I am a diehard sports fan. I and we are diehard sports fans. Me and the crew of this show. You love sports.